I don't even know why you want to do this. Fidgy is the ultimate spinner. Look at his bearings. They're so big and beefy.
Fidget spin-off. Let's see if we can find a replacement.
We'll so lose. Hey everyone, I'm Joshua.
I'm Caleb.
And this is the Fidget Spinoff. Or the Bearded Bible Brothers?
Bearded Bible. Blah, blah, blah. So you've heard the term the spirit of this age. You probably heard your pastors and ministers talk about the spirit of this age. Well, what really is? It's kind of confusing, but really the spirit of this age is any spirit that's not of God, and that spirit is the enemy. And we've seen his spirit throughout the centuries. It's selfishness, it's lawlessness, it's rebellion, because rebellion was in Lucifer's heart from the beginning, was it not?
It was. Fancy terms confuse me. I won't lie. So let me break it down for you. What does the spirit of this age mean? Well, what was original sin? What was the first thing that happened? Lucifer looked and said, hey, what about me? He turned all the focus from God to himself. Now, we live in a society today where this is eerily happening again. Everything that's set up is telling you life is about you, focus on yourself.
And you see, relativism has become kind of the order of the day. Everybody doing what seems right in their own eyes.
Oh, that's what that means?
Well, and everybody thinks that this is a new concept. Well, it's just in today's generation. What we see in the past in Israel, they dealt with the same problems. In Judges 21:25, in those days, Israel had no king, and all people did whatsoever seemed right in their own eyes. Genesis 6:5, the Lord saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Every imagination and thought of his heart was only evil continually. Proverbs 21:2, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord looks on the heart.
I've heard this hashtag somewhere before online. What is it? Find your own truth, or your truth, or you're living your best life. I know it sounds super hip and awesome. I'm not here to attack you. I think all of us should be pursuing the destiny and call that God has on our lives. But if you're looking to yourself for those answers, if your focus is on you and not on the Father, or who the Father's placed you to reach in this life, then you're missing the boat.
And Paul warned this in 2 Timothy 3:1-5. He said, but know this, that in the last days perilous times will come, for men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to their parents, unthankful, unholy, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, and from such people turn away.
That is a really long list.
Yes.
I think when I look at this list, and probably what Paul was trying to say again, is this is the precipice you stand on. This is the slippery slope. When your focus becomes on you and what you want and what's right for you in your own eyes, then perspective is skewed.
You become an idol.
You become the idol.
It's idolatry.
And it's what I want in the moment. And when that takes precedent over a black and a white, a truth foundation established by the Father, then you will find yourself in places you don't want to go, doing things you never should have done. And when you look in that mirror, you won't recognize what you're seeing back.
And Paul said the love of many will wax cold in the Bible, and that we've seen that today because of that relativism, record rates of abortion, of divorce, of sexual immorality and sexual perversion running rampant. Everybody's searching for me to please themselves. It's a me generation, and people have abandoned their families and their responsibilities. They're seeking social media to become stars and focusing on themselves, and that's where this idolatry has stemmed from. But really it's just the enemy and his age-old look at yourself and try to make yourself a god, because as long as you're looking at yourself, you're not looking at him. Yeshua said in Matthew 16:24, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul?
So when you take a selfie, take one with God in it. I'm kidding, guys. We say these things because we want you to accomplish everything the Father has for you. We don't want you to get caught up. And that happens so often. We get caught up in the moment. We get caught up on a rabbit trail, if you will, of life. And most of us are asking questions like, who are we and why are we anyway? So if you want to find these things out, stop looking to yourself for the truth. Look to the Father, and remember, Fidgy wins every time. Your Fidger went down. Ha 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 ha.
All right, you win.
But I'm not looking at myself. I'm looking to you to make you better.
Watch us next time, please.
Fidging. Is that a conjugation? I've been making weird words the whole time, like fidger, fidget.